Welcome. After a long day of travel, our bodies are tired, and yet your mind might still be wired. So I want to share with you this short practice that you can do on the floor if you have a yoga mat with you, or laying on a bed. All you're going to need is a pillow. I'm going to use a yoga bolster here today, but you could use the pillow on your hotel bed or in the bed in the home where you're staying for a really simple, relaxing practice. And we're going to start first on our backs. So take your pillow, and you might need more than one if you're working on a bed, depending upon what feels best to you. Just bring it underneath your knees as you come to lay down. And take time to let your body settle. Take some nice deep breaths in and out through the mouth. And allow all that movement from traveling, whether you were traveling by car or by plane, to settle down into the earth. And really let your exhales be long and luxurious rather than quick as you let go of the stress of travel. As even the smoothest trip has its stresses. And so after a couple of breaths, you can bend your knees. You might just push the pillow out of your way. And take your feet wide. You can let your arms go wide too. And breathe in as you exhale, let your knees flap to one side. And then inhale them back up to center and let them flop to the other side as you exhale. So do that a few times side to side. This is going to help relieve some of the tightness in the hips and in the glutes. When you sit during travel, right, it can get really tight. Sometimes it's hard to stand up when you get out of the car or the plane because you've been sitting for so long. Do the same number to each side, and then when you're done, come back to center, rest for a moment. You let your back settle into the bed or floor. And bring a little movement into the low back. So bring one knee into your chest and rock it a little side to side. And then supporting the back of your leg, you can straighten the knee. And you might not be able to straighten it all the way. You can bring some movement into your ankles. Fluid tends to collect in our feet and ankles when we're sitting for long periods. So this just helps to redistribute, set it back to the heart. And then bring your ankle to rest on the opposite thigh. And here you're just going to use your hand on the thigh to gently press it away and let your hips rock side to side. This starts to stretch into the glutes. The glutes can actually fall asleep when we sit for long periods of time. And they're important as part of the support for our legs and for walking and standing. So we want to open them up. Now this may be sufficient for you, or if you have the flexibility and you'd like, you can bring now the supporting leg in towards you and hold the back of the thigh. This is possible for everyone, particularly if you've got something going on your knee or your hip, but if you can, this can just bring a little bit more stretch into areas that feel tight. And then release your foot to the floor, extend that bent knee, and bring it back to the floor as well. Before you move to the other side, take a moment to notice what are you feeling. Hopefully a little relief in the hip you work. So do the opposite leg, bring it in, a little side to side movement. We're not trying to make big movements because it's tiring to travel. And then as you come to center, support the back of the leg, take your foot up towards the sky, bring a little movement into your ankle. I like a combination of circles and point and flex. And then when you're ready, bring that ankle to rest on the opposite thigh. And sometimes our knees will stay in close. So use your hand to bring a little gentle pressure. Don't push too hard. And then rock side to side. If you were able on the other side and want to repeat that on this side, you can bring the thigh in towards your chest. I often will use the elbow on that same side to press the knee away a little bit. And after perhaps 3 breaths here, you can return that supporting foot to the floor, extend that bent knee to the sky, and then bring it back down to your mat. And pause here for a moment. And we're going to move into a nice twist now. So take your arms out to the sides again, palms up or palms down, see which feels best to your shoulders. Separate your feet. Take a breath in, and again, send the knees, but this time let the knees stay. Before we were windshield wipering, this time we're going to stay. And you may notice a sense of pulling in the front of the hip, right, and the outer part of the hip as we stretch areas that have been compressed with sitting. After about 3 breaths here, let the knees come up to the center, and now send them to the opposite side. Take about 3 breaths here. And then coming back up to center, bring your knees in towards your body. You can hold the front of the shins, or if you have sensitive knees, hold the back. Your knees can be separated, and take a little side to side rocking. This can feel really nice on your back, really if you've been sitting all day. Give a little massage. We're going to use our bolster again to now give a little lift to the hips. So I'm going to take my feet to the floor and use my foot just to bring that pillow closer. And this time I'm going to press into my feet so I can lift them up and slide the pillow underneath. Now on the bed, this can be a little tricky, so do the best that you can. You might have to come up to seated and to then bring that pillow underneath to range yourself. So take your time. And just feel again how, right, we're opening up in the front of the hips. One option for this pose, this is bridge pose, is to slide a heel forward. Again, the knee doesn't have to straighten all the way, but it opens up the front of the pelvis. And again, that area that might feel tight because you were sitting a lot, or maybe even walking a lot if you're traveling. After 3 breaths, you can slide that heel in and then slide the opposite one out. Open up the front of the pelvis. And it's not unusual to have one side tighter than the other. So if you want to take an extra breath, you can. And then slide your foot in. And now we're going to come to a gentle rest. So if you lift your hips, try and push the blanket or the pillow down towards your knees. So now your knees are supported and you can come into a gentle rest. And this is a good place to rest after you're done. You might even take the pillow so that your feet are a little elevated. So if I push this down even further, I can lift my ankles up a little bit. Again, to bring the fluid back towards the heart after sitting all day. It can really affect circulation in our legs. And I would stay here for about 10 breaths, but you're welcome to stay longer. You might be so relaxed and comfortable that you take a little nap, and that's a good thing to do as well. When you're done, you can bend your knees, bring them to the bed. You want to roll to your side, so I find bringing the arm overhead and rolling to the side helps. And then press the floor away, or the bed away, come up to seated. Take your time because you might be a little dizzy, and see how you feel. So I hope that you'll take this practice with you the next time you're going on vacation or off to visit family elsewhere, and use it as a way to help yourself ground and also slow down so that you can get a good night's sleep that first night that you arrive at your destination, and then be ready to jump into whatever the activity is the next day. Thanks very much for practicing with me. I'll see you next time. Be well.